Click the screen to advance the game. Your choices will affect the outcome of this story. Dysfunctional presents pretty music. Hello, welcome to Dysfunctional Systems. Now, I bought this game a really long time ago, so I cannot remember what it's supposed to be about, like, at all. I have no idea. Going into this with zero expectations other than hopefully good. So let's start a new story. Working families across Brighton are no doubt issuing a collective sigh of relief today, as the legislation for a minimum wage increase of 50 cents passed in Parliament early this morning. This bill comes after public outcry that the majority of Brighton citizens are without enough income, too poor to make ends meet after the recent increase in food prices. The change brings minimum wage for workers working over 40 hours a week to $3.67 an hour. What the hell, that's it? And workers working less to $3.20. That's awful. All of you need to leave. Although welcomed by most, there has been stiff opposition toward the bill from foreign investors, primarily those from Gabria. Major Gabrian companies such as Ujco and Norkley have warned that wage increases would hurt Brighton's economy, arguing that the new rate would force more layoffs as they cannot afford as many employees. President Barnaby, who has been supportive of the legislation since its inception, reported that well-fed employees were more productive and remind Ujco and Norlik representatives that employing a Brighton citizen was still over 16 times less expensive than employing a citizen of their home country. Fantastic, I just love slave labour. Stocks did, however, take a moderate tumble after their approval of the legislation. President Barnaby assured citizens that the drop should only be temporary, and that the markets will begin to rise again after the initial shock has subsided. With this minimum wage increase, it is certainly minimum, Barnaby has finally fulfilled the last of the campaign promises made during his 1523 campaign trial. Whether or not he manages to accomplish his 1527 goals remains to be seen. Are you done yet? This is the longest television report I've seen. Is this a news flash? I hope it's not a flash. It's not very flashy, is it? With that, oh thank God, we conclude our hourly business report. Sure felt like an hour. Next up, the latest in entertainment news. Without a doubt, I still find it strange. Everything, literally everything, strange, bizarre, bananas. How do those work? Really, if these worlds were nothing like my own, at least then I could appropriately flip out. No, they're similar. Too similar. I keep slipping into a feeling of normalcy, only to have that sensation of strangeness slap me across the face at the first sight of something weird. There are plenty of weird sights around to do so too. There are plenty of weird sights to do. Okay, cool, yeah? Plenty of weird things. Look at them, they're weird. Like, for instance, these advanced-looking televisions in this decrepit-looking building, which I can only assume is an electronics store. They are the first things I've seen since arriving in this world that actually look somewhat new. Fancy, even. Up until now, everything has been old, ramshackle, and in various states of disrepair. It makes me feel very nervous. It's just so profoundly disturbing. Will I ever get used to this? I think that I will. Some year or decade from now, if my mentor is any indication. Look at him, standing there so aloof, as if this were just another day to him. Which, yeah, I suppose it is. Well, what do I know? I don't know, what do you? Nothing. I know nothing too. Cyrus says, is this the guy or is this me? Winter. Oh, it's me. I'm called Winter. Yes. What do you think? He kind of looks like a boy band, doesn't he? He's like Justin Bieber. What's a Justin Bieber voice? I don't know. Think? Me think? About what? About what we just saw and heard. Oh. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking anything about it. Oh, for God's sake. Winter, we've only just started. Please try to focus. Yeah, Winter, have some thoughts. You had plenty just then. Yes. Yeah. I will. Sorry. It's just... well... I'm still finding it a bit hard to wrap my head around the idea of destructive conflict. Really? Well, of course. I was the same when I first started out, many eons ago. There aren't that many examples of conflict at all in our world. That's nice. Where'd you come here? Right. You might even find it surprising that war is actually a word in our dictionary. Okay. Totally, yeah! War, what is that? Yet still, Winter, you'll come to understand conflict very well. Don't worry. After all, you will be doing nothing but dealing with it. Lame. Okay. Well, anyway. You read the material on this world, right? It should have been your homework. So am I like time-traveling detective, conflict-resolving, I don't think much? It was. It was? Then tell me what you think. We've established she doesn't think much. Perhaps it's time to admit that I didn't spend much of last night reading the material so much as turning the pages and glancing at them. I was tired, and honestly found watching the bubbles in my soda significantly more captivating than the words in those files. Okay. The way they merge with each other and crawl up... Are we gonna just... Alright. A glass is really incredibly pretty. Yeah, okay. You're a little bit of a strange one, aren't you? You're certainly pondering rather hard there, Winter. You must be whipping up a dazzling answer. Oh, if only you knew, Cyrus. Brighton is poor? A+. Ace detective! That's a fact, Winter, not a thought. I kind of like him. Sorry, what I think is... do you think? Please think. I would really like it if you thought. Nothing! Nope. Still not thinking. Look, what I've learned so far in class doesn't seem to be particularly applicable to this world, so I'm finding it a bit difficult to care. Okay. How can I care anyway? Besides all that, this is also disconnected from me. Time to learn about being a better person and caring about the world beyond oneself. Plus, it's only my second world. Plus, it's only my second world, for heaven's sake. Well, I've only seen one Winter, so... I'm still flummoxed by the fact that other worlds exist. How long have you been training at this? Why? Okay, whatever. What am I supposed to think when they just tossed me into these places, give me a pat on the back and say, be on your way, merry child? I don't know. You don't seem to think much at all. Actually, here's a thought. What kind of a name is Brighton? Are we in England? Are we in the UK? Brighton. That's a stupid name for a country. Nope, we're not in England. We're in literally a country of Brighton. It sounds more like a town. The town of Brighton. Population 40. I did read country, right? Not county. Blah! I'll scream blah at Cyrus and any other mentor who questions me like this. God damn you, probing me for, paying attention in class. I mean, I won't, but I would. I completely, totally, and so would. Alright, I'm running out of time already. Oh, fantastic. For now, though, an awkward and wobbly smile is all I can muster. Blah. I feel the same. Come on, girl, use your noggin. Well, whatever. Good, you're a great mentor. What do you think the next step is? Thinking. Alright, cool it, Winter. Just remain calm and genuinely consider the question. That would be a very good start up until... The next thing to do, we need to learn things that weren't given. Right. So I couldn't ask my last mentor, why are the dossiers we get before we come to these places so thin? Because you can't handle much more than 10 pages. Pushing it. Well, it's because they are simply comprised of first-hand information, noteworthy things that mediators have gathered through observation and gleaned from prior trips to the world. You're lucky you even have that much. Sometimes you get sent to worlds that have never been visited before. Let me tell you, it's never fun when a surprise dragon flies out from behind a mountain. That's actually pretty cool. Or when you realize that the person you've been talking to is really just a convincing projection. Or worse, a robot. And once you start going into systems that threaten your definition of what being a world even means, good luck. Then again, only experienced mediators have to deal with such things. Like you. You wouldn't be going to any unvisited worlds, at least definitely not yet. Because you don't think. Oh my goodness. Oh, say something else! Another question. Why revisit worlds that have been helped? I mean, once order is in place, everything should be fine, right? What's that noise? She's not saying again, right? Cyrus frowns, but his expression seems more complicated than that. I looked into his eyes and saw despair for his mentee. I say that because his frown isn't alone. Alright? In his eyes there is a glint of irritation directed at no one in particular. Random irritation directed at the pavement, the windows, your hair. Why are you grey, actually? Why is your hair white? As any glint, it was gone in a second, replaced by another. Sorry, I'm like falling. My teeth are falling out here. Replaced by another thing I can't quite decipher. Part of me is curious as to what it is. You are staring too long at his face, but most of me doesn't care. Here's the short answer: because chaos cannot be contained or removed. Although it can be lessened by us, it will rise again over time. You're so eloquent. Sir, are you saying there's no point to anything? I'm so glad you're paying attention. No. Chaos is not inherently bad, Winter. It is the means by which all worlds are born and continue, even ours. Furthermore, it is the spark of evolution. It plays a key part in those mutations which allow life to grow and improve itself. Did you not learn this in class? However, for life to succeed, there must also be order. It's like... Well, it's like how cells must work together and organs must serve their purpose. You see, a system where chaos is stronger than order is likely to collapse, just as an organism which has succumbed to disease is likely to die. In short, we are not here to eradicate chaos, Winter. We are only here to keep it in check. Slap a few people down. Oh. I was so expecting her to be like, Anyway, where do you think we should go next? Why are you asking her? She doesn't know nothing. Well, someplace with a lot of information, I suppose. What, you think you're gonna go to the kiosk, local tourist information stop? Allow me to get to thinking about such a place. Oh, surprise, I'm done. The answer is so obvious, it's insulting. The tourist stop next to the bakery. After all, I had already gone there during my first mediation. I keep saying meditation. The library. No, that's not... Why would we go to the library? You know what, that's not a dumb answer, actually. Why wouldn't we go to the library? I mean, I get your line of thought. Libraries can tell you a lot about a world's history, and I would bet there are computers there too, considering the world we're in. Unfortunately, that kind of knowledge probably wouldn't be so helpful for this job. What? About scholarly journals? Reliable sources? I wouldn't call scholarly journals necessarily reliable resources. No, I think we should find a bar. You know what? I'm actually with Winter. A little bit more reliable resources than a bar. Huh? What is it? Oh, well, I just had a thought. Are the bars here special? Like library bars? I figured maybe you like to drink as you read, maybe? That is the deadpan stare. ... Winter, stop thinking about libraries. Sorry. You know what? Don't be sorry. That's not what... It's not... You... I would never have assumed bars. Bars here should be normal, as far as I'm aware. What does normal mean to you? You come from, like, planet Ooga Looga, for all we know. Whatever. We'll head there because bars are where people go to talk in every single world, ever. Shifty. Cyrus then turns and shimmies away, as if it is the next natural thing to do. Yes, probably. Well, it is not. I stand there incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing that we are supposed to move ahead. Sweet God. Liking them footstep sounds? Well, here we are, walking along. Is this a street? Yes, sweetheart. Yes, it is. I've seen a few vehicles pass us by, so I guess it is. Ace Detective! Or I should say that I've heard them, for they have been loud. They are pretty sorry excuses for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions out of their fronts, which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if that weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has looked like a bludgeoned team went wild on it. Ooh, is there Quidditch? They were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus. Is he not going to elaborate at all? No, he's one of those aloof, not very helpful mentors. He just walked off after telling me that people talk at bars. Thanks, Cyrus. I would not have guessed that people talk at places. Well, why? Well, Your sarcasm is not appreciated, Missy, because you come from a world that is not this world, that is not our world, that is some unknown world. Why is this a universal galactic... Whatever. Isn't he supposed to be teaching me? Well, so far he's only covered your class basics, so apparently he needs... How can I learn anything with such vague statements? Not that vague. Well, Winter. Well, Winter. Well, you need to go to the ice cream parlor, Winter, because they sell food, Winter. Well. Why are you saying well a lot? Goodness, how annoying. It's almost like I didn't do my homework and now he's patronizing me. And hasn't he been annoying since orientation? Pestering me and staring at me? An annoying and unlikable person, this Cyrus. With a reputation at that, I hear. Alright, Missy. That's all we have time for this episode, so can't wait to come back to Mr. Aloof and Miss Sarcastic Doesn't Think Much in the next episode. Bye-bye!